Hey, Jimmy Jams. We are going to do your July reading. All right. Let's see what zodiac signs will be in your life in July. All right, Jimmy Jams. Okay. Who do we have? We have a Virgo. Somebody with a Virgo sun, moon, or rising. All right. Gemini. Who is coming in your life? Uh-oh. This is too many. All right, that is a Aries. All right, I see an Aries and a Sagittarius. Let's do a couple of more. I see a Leo. All right, Gemini. And I see a Libra. All right, Jimmy Jams. Those are the zodiacs that could be impacting you in the month of July. All right, let's look at the Sage and Beauty cards. Sage and Beauty cards. And let's see what the Sage and Beauty cards want to say to Geminis for the month of July. How y'all doing, Geminis? I hope you guys are well. Good to see everybody. All right, Geminis. What does the Sage and Beauty Oracle want to say to Geminis? First thing is law of judgment, court issues, feeling trapped, seeking justice. What's crowning is sense of humor, creativity, life of the party, adventurous. And then the final card is I want to marry you. I think you're the one. Promise ring, contemplating. So, your three cards from the Sage and Beauty deck is Law of Judgment, Court Issues, Feeling Trapped, Seeking Justice, mixed with Sense of Humor, Creativity, Life of the Party, Adventurous, with I Want to Marry You. I think you're the one. Promise ring, contemplating. What does that look like for Geminis in July? I feel that you're dealing with someone right now who has a good sense of humor. I feel that somebody with a good sense of humor is coming along and you might really think about getting serious with this person, right? But the month appears with the situation that feels less restrictive or unresolved, the law of judgment. It suggests that you guys might be dealing with legal matters, contracts, paperwork, a divorce, custody issues, employment disputes, or simply feeling as though you're waiting for justice or fairness. You could be dealing with a Libra too. If this isn't a literal court case, it could represent feeling judged or boxed in by circumstances. It could also mean that there needs to be some legal work. There's some document that needs to be signed. There's some legal paperwork that needs to be handled now. All right. So I don't know. I don't know if like you could be a coach and you're seeing people and you don't have a waiver. Like there's something that needs to be signed and it looks like it's pretty serious. Okay. Interestingly enough, the energy that crowns the reading is sense of humor. Rather than being consumed by the stress, this card says your charm, your wit, and your personality is your greatest asset right now. People are actually drawn to you because you're funny and creative and adventurous and able to bring light into heavy situations. It also suggests that someone is falling for you because of your personality, not despite everything you're going through, but because of how well you're handling things. Hi. Oh, you're dealing with the court case. Okay. Who else is dealing with the court case? All right. The final outcome, we'll take a look at the court case. The final outcome is I want to marry you. This is significant. This is a significant relationship card. For some Geminis, this could literally point to someone seriously contemplating commitment, a promise ring, moving in together, an engagement, or discussing a long term future. For others who are single, it suggests you might meet someone who doesn't just see you as a casual fling, but they're thinking in terms of permanence with you. Taken together, though, it looks like the reading is saying that although July may be filled with some type of stress, dealing with some legal stuff, or feeling trapped or seeking justice, it doesn't end there. Your ability to remain yourself, to laugh, to create, enjoy life, changes the energy around you. And someone really appears to recognize your value and begins thinking about a much deeper commitment than you have expected. So, with the Sage and Beauty card, by the way, if you guys want a copy of this, I mean, your own deck, I got them from Etsy, and it's called Sage and Beauty's Clarity or Oracle deck. But anyway, so what they're saying is someone appears to recognize your value here and begins thinking about a much deeper commitment than maybe you had expected. So don't let the challenges at the beginning of the month convince you that that's how July ends. For some of you, July might end with you like really talk about getting back together with someone, or you guys could be talking about taking it to the next level. For those of you who are single, you could meet someone. It looks like for many of you, this card suggests that what starts with pressure and uncertainty has the potential to end with someone seeing you for long-term relationship material. For many Geminis, July looks like a month where serious commitment may enter the conversation for some of you. Okay. All right. Let's pull the next oracle. The next oracle cards we're going to read is called Telepathy. Telepathy Oracle deck. This is the Telepathy Oracle deck, and we're gonna check the tarot too. We're just going to see what do the oracles want to say. At the bottom of the deck is rekindle. What could that be talking about, Geminis? You say, yeah, I want to know what it's talking about too, because there ain't gonna be no rekindling. There ain't gonna be no rekindling over here. Things been crazy these past months. Really glad you guys are here. Hi, Lana. I don't think I've seen you guys before. All right. Okay, value. Focus on things of value. That is what was turned around. All right, so let's take a look at Gemini's reading from the deck called Telepathy Oracle Cards. We're going to pull 3 cards. We're going to choose the middle. At the bottom of the deck is study. And it says, let love show you how to learn from each other. Study intimacy. Okay. Okay. All right. The next card is telepathy, close soul connections. Oh, close soul connections, harmonizing or harmoniously synchronized reenactment of telepathic moments. Okay, so telepathy is the card. And it says, I've never seen it before. It says, close soul connections, harmoniously synchronized. I gotta take this. I'm sorry, Gemini. All right, Geminis. I'm sorry, you guys. You guys know I work at California Psychics, right? And so when the phone calls, I have to take it when the phone rings because they pay really, 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 really good, and we got to do that, Mama. You, when love calls, you better answer. You better answer. Don't let it slip away too many times. All right, so what are we doing? We are doing, okay, let's just do your cards over. Gemini, we are doing the telepathy. We are doing the telepathy oracle card for Gemini for July. We have 3 cards. She hung up in my face. She hung up. 3 cards, Gemini. This is the first card. What is it? It came back again. This was the first card, and I didn't like it, so I kind of, snuck it back in the deck, and it came right back up. It says, close soul connections, harmoniously synchronized reenactment of telepathic moments. The hell? The next card is link, right? And it says the bond of love grows stronger over time. And then the last card is intense. And it says the intensity, damn, that shit was so intense, it fell. It says, what is going on? It says the intensity of a true soul connection includes highs and lows. So, what does the combination mean for Geminis in the month of July? Wow, telepathy, link, and intense. Well, reading these cards together as a message, they all point like in the same direction. Um, and they aren't talking about a casual connection. They're describing a relationship that feels unusually deep, emotionally significant, and difficult to ignore. With this telepathy card, close soul connections harmoniously synchronized reenactment of telepathic moments. The fact that this card came out twice after I put it back in the deck makes it the dominant energy of the reading. And within this framework of this oracle deck, it emphasizes a connection that feels unusually strong for Geminis in July. The theme is someone who seems to stay on your mind, where coincidences or strong intuition or a feeling of being in sync with someone is very noticeable. And then we get this card, the link. And it says the bond of love grows stronger over time. So this suggests that the connection isn't fading. Instead, it looks like it develops through shared experiences and time. And it can describe a relationship that's rebuilding or becoming more significant rather than something that's brief or superficial. And those of you who are single, I don't know what the hell to tell you if you're single. I don't know. I never really used this deck before. How are you, precious mama's baby? You're so precious. You're so precious. I just love you. You're just precious. Um, and then the last card is intense. And the intensity of a true no, Dasha, do not lay in my clean coals. No, no, Dasha. Go in your bed. Go in your bed. Go in your bed. Um, the intense card is a true soul connection has highs and lows, right? And this card explains why the first two cards feel so powerful, because intense emotions often aren't calm all the time. They can evolve. They can involve periods of closeness, distance, misunderstandings, reunions, or strong emotions. The message here isn't that the relationship is doomed, it's the depth often comes with emotional ups and downs, right? So, putting everything together, I would say that July highlights a relationship for some of you Geminis. Hey, are you here? Oh, do you want to go and get a hot dog? Okay. 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 All right, bye. We got these Chicago hot dogs out here. It's amazing. Anyway, yeah, so Gemini, if I were to put together all three of these cards, even these or emotional highs and lows, July just may bring moments that remind you just how significant this person is in your life. Child, what's going on? And the month encourages you to recognize the depth of that bond rather than being surprised by the emotional intensity. There's something here that's very intense. Are talking about it. Yeah. Let's pull from another deck. Okay. This deck is called the Spiritual Instinct. Let's see what they want to say to you about July. They can say whatever they want to say. I'm not asking a specific question. They can ask, they can say whatever they want to say. Yes, Tanya, that is exactly what was going on. And then she said, I wish I could hear this tea. Girl, you're so crazy, girl. All right, let's see what's going on for Geminis with this deck. Geminis for July. It is so hot in here. Whew. Geminis for July. We have uh, baby mama, baby daddy drama. Bay vacation. I want to take you on a romantic trip, just the two of us, with chasing you. Doesn't want to leave you alone. They will keep trying. Let's put this together for the Gemini for July. I don't know, Jimmy Jams. I think that some of you are going to get a new bae and your baby daddy is not going to like it. And he's going to start chasing you out of the blue. Or it could be your baby mama. You know, you finally get this girl, you finally moving on. And then here come baby daddy and here come baby mama starting some shit, basically, right? So the first energy suggests outside complications connected to the family with baby mama, baby daddy drama. Could be kids, right? Children, an ex, or unresolved responsibilities from a previous relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean every Gemini has children. It can also symbolize like someone else in the family, like a family situation creating tension or interfering with the connection. Right. The next card is Bay Vacation. I want to take you on a romantic trip, just the two of us. So, in the middle of the spread, the energy shifts towards wanting quality time together. It's like this card is about getting away from distractions, reconnecting, or creating like some type of private space to strengthen the relationship. And then it ends on chasing you, doesn't want to leave you alone, keep trying, right? What the hell are they talking about? So, it's like the final card suggests persistence. Someone appears determined to keep pursuing this connection, even if there has been obstacles or periods of distance, right? So, Gemini July begins with some outside drama or unfinished business affecting a relationship. Like, for instance, my mom is a Gemini and her stepson is still not speaking to his father. Do I want some Chinese food? Do I want some Chinese rice? I think I'm going to go get some Chinese rice. That Chinese rice is so good. The problem with the rice is it's no grease. It's no grease at all. Anyway, yeah, for some of you, this could involve an ex, co-parenting issue, or family complications that create stress. Like, despite those distractions, though, someone still wants to invest in the connection. I see them wanting to spend a meaningful one-on-one time with you, possibly even talking about taking a trip or planning a romantic getaway. It looks like by the end of the month, the pursuit hasn't stopped. I don't know if you're pursuing someone or if someone is pursuing you. Whoever this person is, they don't appear to be ready to give up. In fact, I probably should just name it. Somebody is chasing you for the whole month, yeah. And they continue to reach out, trying to reconnect or make it clear that they want to be a part of your life, or this is you doing this. So I do see like there are some complications, right? Some of you might go on vacation with somebody or just take some time to spend with someone that you really care about. And I see either you pursuing someone or someone is pursuing you for the rest of the month, right? I wonder why they just keep talking about love. Usually they talk about other stuff, but they just keep talking about love. All right. See if we can get another read for Geminis. Okay, so now we're going to get another read from Geminis, and we're going to use the Cosmic Vibes Oracle deck. All right. We're going to use the Cosmic Vibe Oracle deck created by a sister. She said there wasn't enough oracles with Black people on the deck. So she said she was going to make a deck that had Black people on it, and she did it. I remember her telling me in the chat that she was going to do this, and she did it. So support her. It's called Cosmic Vibes. All right, this is for Gemini. Gemini, I gotta take this. Sorry, this is your time. So, this is, you guys know I don't do stuff like this. This is different. But the beginning is so good that if I were to take this down, you guys wouldn't get the beginning, part that I had. So, but she might call back. I'm not sure. But let's look at Gemini's for July. Let's look at Gemini's for July. Let's look at Gemini's for July. Gemini's for July. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have self-indulgence. It says self-worth and value. Time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Great. Karmic relationship. They're still talking about relationships, Gemini. I thought they was going to be talking about something else now. Resentments and trigger perceptions. Intensity and letting go. Turmoil and fleeting. All right. Next card is passion. Insane chemistry. Sparks. I mean, we keep hearing the same thing about this person. Sparks and having fun. Equal interest is so good. Loving somebody and somebody loves you back. And that's a fact. Not 70-30, not 60-40. Talking about a 50-50 love. A 50-50 love is coming. This is the second time we've heard it. Yeah, it's so good. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all know nothing about that song. Don't act like you do. And then the final card is heartbroken. What? Deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving, and despair breakup. So some Gemini is going through it. You was just so passionate about some karmic person and they broke your heart. But look at what's ahead, Gemini. Abundance. I see a positive mindset is right in front of you. Manifesting. I see gratitude and bliss, right? What's also coming towards you is paradise. All right, Jimmy Jam. Are you guys traveling somewhere? It says happiness and joy is in front of you, Gemini. Playfulness and joy. Enjoying each other, honeymoon phase. So this is, I guess, for a Gemini who's seeing someone. How would we interpret this for the singles? And then the final card. Oh, what the fuck? Whoa, engagement ring. I'm confused. So first it starts off talking shit with this karmic relationship. Karmic, nobody want to hear that shit. Right? Karmic relationship. It says resentments and triggers, perception, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. Then the next card says passion, right? And it says insane chemistry, sparks and having fun, equal interest, burning desire, right? And so we were on a roll, and then we hit heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup, right? But then in front of you is abundance, a positive mindset, okay? Manifest, gratitude and bliss, blessings. What's also in front of you is paradise. And that is happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other. If you have someone, we need to read this for singles too. A honeymoon phase. And if you're not with someone, you're just going to be happy with or without someone. And then it ends on engagement ring. So how is that? I feel like somebody new is coming. And it's going to be like paradise. I feel that some of you are getting over a karmic who, maybe you had insane chemistry with, but it kind of looks like that's over. And then, the near future is you're going to still be positive about things. You're going to meet somebody new and you're going to end up engaged. That's how I see it, right? How do we see this? How do we put all these cards together for Gemini for July, right? Yeah, that's what I see. I see, like I said, that you might have had a karmic relationship with someone, you know, I don't know. It starts with self indulgence, right? Know your value is what it's kind of saying, right? So the very first card is the karmic relationship. So this tells me many of you are still dealing with someone who has been triggering you. And this connection has been intense. It's been on again, off again, on again, off again. And it's brought resentment and confusion and emotional highs and lows. But this person has really taught you lessons, but it may be time to release what no longer serves you, right? But what's interesting is the next card is passion. So so just because it's karmic doesn't mean that the feelings weren't real. The chemistry for whatever Gemini I'm reading for is undeniable. I mean, there was attraction, there were sparks, there were moments when it felt like nobody else existed. And whoever this I'm reading for, the feelings were mutual, which is why this connection has been so hard to let go of, right? Then we hit the heartbroken heart, right? And that's the consequence of the karmic cycle. Some Geminis are grieving a breakup, disappointed by how things turned out, or realizing that chemistry alone wasn't enough to sustain the relationship. But then here's where things change completely, right? The energy shifts from looking behind you to looking ahead, because the next card is abundance. Focus Spirit says your focus begins to change. Instead of focusing on what you lost, you're going to begin attracting blessings because your mindset is changing, right? Uh, you start believing there's something better for you. I forgot I had the Zoom meeting at 4. Damn, and then I got the other meeting at 5. Um, yeah, right? So, because your mindset changes, you start believing that there's something better for you, then pow! Then comes paradise. Whether you're single or attached, your emotional energy is going to be much lighter in July. If you're already dating someone healthy, this relationship becomes happier and more playful, right? Oh, I understand, Queen. Yeah, you might need a personal reading, my love. So, yeah, so if you're single, this is you finally finding peace, enjoying life again, and opening yourself up to love without carrying the weight of the past for some of you in July, right? I'm gonna start this meeting, so when she comes, I'll just hear her voice. Oh, I know. It's because I'm using the camera right now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so let me see. Oh, she'll just text me. She'll text me if she's in the room. Let's see. Alarm. Did I put an alarm on? I didn't. So it's 3:50. I'll put the alarm on for 3:50. Like you're gonna finally be opening yourself up to love, and you won't be something that's going to shift in July. Like you'll be enjoying life again. And then we end on engagement ring. And I don't think this engagement ring belongs to the karmic. I think the karmic relationship was the lesson that prepared you for the relationship that's coming next. And finally, to commitment. The progression doesn't go backward, it moves forward, right? So, single Geminis, don't think this reading isn't for you, because your July may begin with healing from someone who wasn't your forever person. And as you continue choosing yourself, your energy shifts. You become happier, more abundant, more open to love. And then the engagement ring tells me that many of you are going to be moving towards a serious relationship. It may not make any sense right now because of where you are right now, right? It may not make any sense. It may not feel like, nah, that's not something that's going to happen because of where you are, right? And look at that. A lot of people don't want to hear that because they're still, in this karmic situation. But it may not happen overnight in July, but it looks like July kind of puts you on a path toward a committed partnership. So I don't think the engagement is with the karmic, though. I think somebody new is coming. So, that's what these cards are saying. They're saying that a lot of you are getting out of something, and that you still have feelings for this person, and you still maybe even want it to work, or I don't know if you want it to work, but it looks like, you don't have to, just because somebody new is coming doesn't mean you gotta fuck with them. But it looked like this new person was really gonna make you happy, Gemini. And I don't see it necessarily coming in July, because I've seen that card for people, and I've seen that card manifest in less than a month, all the way to 4 years. But it's in the cards. All right. It's in the cards for you to meet somebody new and be engaged to this person. All right. Now, escaping dropped out for Geminis. Escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. That dropped out for you, Geminis. Let's see what the cards want to say to you for the month of July. Just about anything. Escaping, depth, awareness, importance, value, right? And finally, we have heart fog. Mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. So let's put that all together. The first card is escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. The next card is depth, Depth. Somebody is swimming really far down in the ocean. And on that card is awareness, importance, value. The next card is heart fog. On that card is mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. And then next for July, for June, for Geminis is perspective, better off, happiness, clear headed space, and we have shocking reverse, right? And it's turmoil, trouble, unexpected is reverse, and karma is coming in reverse. Consequences, causes, and effects, debt, reverse. So we put that all together. What the hell is that talking about for Geminis for July? Well, escaping is the first card that jumped out. Somebody has been avoiding something, whether it's avoiding a conversation, avoiding their feelings, avoiding commitment, or even avoiding you. Someone has been pushing emotions aside instead of dealing with them. Then we get depth, right? This tells me that July isn't going to let anyone stay on the surface. Someone is being forced to look deeper. They're becoming aware of what truly matters, like what they actually value and what this connection really means to them. It's like spirit is saying, you can't keep running forever, right? Then we have heart fog. And this kind of mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. This kind of explains why things have felt so confusing between you and this person. It's like they've been giving you mixed signals and blocked emotions, not really knowing where you stand. Somebody may have cared deeply, but wasn't expressing it clearly, or the communication between the two of you just has been all over the place, right? But it looks like if this is your reading, the energy does shift. We move into perspective. And this is where, like, here we are. We have the fog here, right? But then, and we move into perspective, and the fog begins to clear. Somebody starts seeing the situation differently, clearly. They become clear headed. They realize what makes them happy, and they're able to make decisions from a healthier place instead of reacting emotionally, right? But then we have shocking in reverse. I actually like this in reverse, right? Because it tells me that the chaos starts to settle down. The unexpected drama doesn't hit the way it could have. Whatever was threatening to shake everything up in whatever area this is for you loses its power or gets resolved more peacefully than expected. So something is going to be resolved more peacefully than you expect. I think you might think some shit's about to go down up in this mother. And it looks like things are going to be more peaceful than you expect. And then we finish with karma in reverse. This is interesting. It feels like someone is finally ending a cycle. Like somebody is no longer repeating the same lesson over and over again. Whether that's with that karmic, or whether it's releasing guilt, letting go. You could be stop smoking. You might not smoke no more, or maybe you're not drinking. I don't know. Letting go of an old pattern, paying off an emotional debt, or finally learning the lessons. Finally learning the lesson, like the cycle appears to be winding down about something. So I feel like the reading is saying someone had been. I don't see July getting messier. I see July getting clearer. Somebody who has been running from their feelings can't run from forever. And the confusion starts lifting, and then the drama that they have been trying to run from all that time it starts to settle. And by the end of the month, it feels like some type of old chapter from your life, whether it's money, business, relationships, some type of old chapter feels like is closing. Whether that's you or the person you're dealing with, somebody gains the clarity they've been missing about something, right? So it kind of looks like we had like the karmic relationship, heartbreak, paradise or abundance, engagement, a paradise engagement, right? So this spread kind of looks like the emotional process that gets someone from the karmic confusion to the clearer, healthier future. So the themes are consistent here. Confusion gives way to understanding, and like some type of old emotional cycle appears to be ending. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's good because, like some of you are still feeling this karmic, and you still have feelings for this karmic, but that karmic needs to move on because the karmic is not trying to marry you. You know, you just sitting up there wasting time. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if I have to grieve, let's get on with it. Let's get on with this grief so I can get my man or my woman or whatever, you know? All right, so now we're going to do a reading from the Message of Love Oracle deck. Okay, at the bottom of the deck is Reveal. I want to tell you the truth. Okay, somebody is going to reveal some truth to you lately. Let's see what happens in 7 days with love for you. Okay, let's see what happens in 7 days. That is next Friday. By next Friday, what is love looking like for the majority of Geminis in the room? Okay, for those of you who are seeing someone, by next Friday, this is what your love would look like. Space, I need more time to think. Unfinished business, we still have things to resolve and discuss. And by next Friday, detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. So, what does that look like for a week for Geminis from Friday to Friday? What is it looking like romantically? It looks like you are detaching from someone that you love. Somebody is, if you are, right? I don't see this being a week where everything gets resolved immediately. I see someone needing space first, right? Because I think I need time to think, whether this is you or the person you're dealing with. Someone pulls back emotionally, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're leaving. It looks more like they need breathing room. They may not be ready to have the conversation just yet, right? We also have unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. So, this isn't over. The connection still feels open. There are conversations that haven't happened, questions that haven't been answered, and emotions that are still sitting between the two of you. So, this card tells me the story isn't finished. And then we have detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. By the end of the week, somebody reaches a healthier emotional space. Detachment doesn't necessarily mean giving up. Sometimes it just means releasing the need to force an outcome. Instead of chasing, arguing, or obsessing, someone is saying, I'm just going to let this breathe for a minute. So from Friday to Friday, it looks like a period of emotional distance, but not necessarily an ending. Somebody needs some space. The relationship still has unfinished business. So I don't feel like the chapter has been written. By the end of the week, one or more of you begins to let go of the pressure to make things happen right now. All right. So in 2 weeks, by 2 Fridays, what does the relationship look like? For those of you who are seeing someone, or for singles dating, in 2 weeks, your love life is what? Missed opportunities. I didn't act when I should have. Destiny, I'm struggling to find my right place. And neglected, I failed to give you what you need. So that's in 2 weeks. What do we have for Geminis? Hmm. 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 The card of missed opportunities. Somebody is looking back saying, I should have done something differently, maybe. Maybe they didn't speak up. Maybe they didn't reach out. Maybe they let fear or pride get in the way. Um, hmm. Destiny. Hmm. I'm struggling to find my right place. It feels like someone is trying to figure out where they belong and what kind of relationship they truly want. It's like somebody could be searching for direction. And then neglected, I failed to give you what you needed. This is probably the most revealing card in the spread. Someone is taking responsibility, or at least recognizing that they didn't show up the way they should have. I don't know if this is somebody you used to be with acting like that towards you, or you're acting like this towards them. They see the emotional needs weren't being met or something. So if you're already seeing someone, this looks like a period of reflection. Somebody realizes they missed opportunities maybe to strengthen the relationship. They may be questioning their choices and recognizing that they haven't been giving enough emotionally, right? This can be the beginning of accountability if both people are willing to have honest conversations. For single Geminis, these cards may describe someone from your past who realized what they lost, or they may reflect your own process of understanding maybe what you truly need before moving forward. Either way, the energy is about learning from the past rather than repeating them in the next. Right. So 2 weeks from now, the energy is reflective in the relationship. Somebody recognizes missed opportunities, questioning where they belong, and acknowledging that something important wasn't nurtured the way it should have been. Whether this leads to reconciliation or simply personal growth will depend on, like what happens after these realizations. All right. So 3 weeks, Geminis in relationships. What happens 3 weeks from today in your romantic relationship, for both couples and singles? So we have a runner. I don't want to run anymore. Then we have reveal. I want to tell you the truth. And finally, 3 weeks from now, disagreements. I wish you understood how I felt. Huh. I don't like that. But for singles and people in relationships, 3 weeks from now, where is the relationship looking? Hmm. 3 weeks from now is the card of runner. But what's interesting is the message says, I don't want to run. So somebody who has been avoiding the relationship, avoiding difficult conversations, or avoiding their feelings, they look like they're ready to stop running. Somebody says, Gemini, I don't want to run anymore. I really want to have a change in my behavior. So, whoever has been emotionally unavailable or difficult to pin down looks like they're becoming more willing to face the relationship. Okay. In 3 weeks. I want to tell you the truth. Then we get revealed. This is the heart of the reading. Somebody wants to be honest. They may confess their feelings, explain why they behaved the way they did, or finally say something they've been holding back. then we end on disagreements. I wish you understood how I felt, right? Now, here's where people get a little nervous. I hate that. 3 weeks from now, it looks like the two of you finally address something that's been sitting beneath the surface. One person stops avoiding the issue, okay? Somebody stops avoiding the issue, opens up with reveal. And although the conversation may include disagreement, it feels productive because the truth is finally on the table. So for single Geminis, this could describe someone from your past reaching out after a period of distance. They may admit that they were running from the connection or reveal something that they never told you, right? The conversation may not be perfect and you will still have different perspectives, but it looks like there's finally honesty where there wasn't before with someone. So I don't think that the spread is saying that the relationship falls apart in 3 weeks. I just think it's saying that somebody stops running, somebody starts telling the truth, and the result is an honest conversation. And that conversation may not be easy, and there will be disagreements, but at least both people finally have the opportunity to understand where the other one is coming from, is what I'm seeing, right? All right, let's look at 4 weeks from now, 4 Fridays from now. This is what your love life is going to be looking like for singles. And no, Dasha, no, you go to your bed. For singles and people in relationships. 4 Fridays from now. So that's what, like maybe July 26th. So what is your love life looking like? All right, your love life is looking like escape. I left when things got hard. Then we have absence. I felt like I feel like I feel like a part of me is missing without you. And broken. I feel shattered about this situation. What the hell happened? Okay, so we have escape, absence, and broken. What does that mean for Geminis a month from now? That kind of contradicts everything we had said prior to this. I think it's saying that the love is still there. It's like 1 month from now, somebody is carrying a lot of emotions. Like the first card, escape. I left when things got hard. This tells me someone is recognizing that they pulled away instead of working through the situation, whether that's you or the person you're dealing with. There's an acknowledgement that someone ran from the connection. Okay. And that could be you, right? And then if you have left someone, they feel like a big part of them is missing because you're not in their life anymore. Okay? Somebody feels like a big part of them is missing because you're not in their life. Once there's distance, the absence is felt. Somebody realizes the connection meant more than they admitted. All right? And putting it together, Gemini, a month from now, these cards don't show someone who's emotionally checked out. They show someone who's emotionally affected. Someone walked away when things got difficult, but instead of finding peace, they find themselves missing the connection. And by the end of the month, those emotions are going to be really impossible to ignore, is what I saw. The emotions, somebody is heartbroken over how things unfolded. Now, if you're a couple, if you're with someone and you're in a relationship, these cards could describe a temporary separation, an emotional distance, or a partner pulling away, and the emotional impact becomes very clear by the end of the month, suggesting that the issue between you two needs attention rather than avoidance. And for singles, if you're single, this may describe someone who, from your past, is processing the consequences of leaving the relationship with you. It's like finally, next month, they feel the pain of you not being around. You know, maybe somebody left, maybe you left, or maybe somebody left you and they weren't tripping. They weren't, they weren't feeling nothing. They was just like cool with it. But next month, for some reason, they feel that shit. Right. Um, and yeah, so they are going to be processing the consequences of leaving you or you leaving them, and they're going to reflect their own healing. They're going to tell you, or they may, just be silently reflecting their own healing from a relationship that still carries a lot of emotional weight for them with you. So this is just like the emotional landscape here. I'm going to have to go, but I didn't get to finish Gemini's reading. Let's do some career cards real quick, Gemini. Let's do some career cards real quick, Gemini. All right, what turned over was strategy. And it says you need a step-by-step plan of attack to reach the next level. Get the advice of someone who is already where you want to go. Next card for you, Gemini, is shedding. You are starting to outgrow your work situation. You need to set higher goals and standards. You work well in healing and medicine. And the last card is manifesting. You have the power to manifest what you want by writing your intentions down and by taking inspired actions to make it happen. So let's put that together for July for Geminis. And it looks like you have outgrown something and you're getting ready to manifest this new level that you're at, right? Um, the very first card we have is strategy. This is not the month to just wing it. If you've been trying to figure out your next move, Spirit says you need a plan. Write your goals down and break them into steps. If somebody has already achieved what you're trying to accomplish, learn from them instead of trying to reinvent the wheel. That could simply mean going to YouTube and typing it in to find out, how to do this or how do you do that. All right. Shedding. So you need a strategy. Some of you actually need a mentor, and you might need to just go to the University of YouTube and type in what you're trying to do and learn how to do it. Some of you need a business plan. Others need to stop guessing and start creating a roadmap. Like, don't wing it this month because you're not going to be successful with that. July rewards preparation. Next is shedding. This tells me that Geminis have outgrown their current work situation, and you may have mastered that position. And maybe you're no longer challenged. Maybe you've been feeling that little voice inside that says, there's something more. This card says, don't ignore that feeling. For some of you, healing, coaching, counseling, medicine, wellness, or helping professionals may be highlighted. But the bigger message is that you're being called to raise your standards and stop settling for less than what you're capable of. And then finally, at the end of the month, we have the manifesting card. This is where Spirit reminds you that ideas aren't good enough. Write your intentions down and get clear about what you want, and then take action. It's every application you submit, every skill you learn, every conversation you have, every business idea you work on. Those are actions that begin to turn your vision into reality, right? But that's why spirit is like, write your intentions though, get clear about what you want. So if we were to put it together, I would say strategy, make a plan, shedding, you are getting ready for something bigger, manifesting, now go create it. So Gemini, July feels like a career upgrade. It starts with creating a strategy instead of hoping things magically change. You begin recognizing that you've outgrown your current situation and that it's time to aim higher. By the end of the month, you're not just dreaming about a different future, you're actually building it. Spirit is like reminding you that manifestation isn't just about thinking positively, it's about pairing intention with consistent action. Okay. And then we will do a manifest success. I know I'm pushing it. Okay, I'm pushing it. I gotta go. All right, manifest success for Gemini. Manifest success for Gemini for July. Manifest success cards for Gemini. Manifest success cards from Gemini. Card number 1 is Clover. And that says lucky break, gamble, good fortune, chance. And the career for this is finance, outdoors, risky business, or surprises. The next card is coins for July. It says money coming in, wealth, good investments, sales and finance, getting a raise, lucky. And then finally, we have cutlery for Geminis, business tools, needing more money, living well. If we were to put that all together for Geminis for July, this is in regards to success. Clover, coins, cutlery. I see this card saying that you're going to get some type of lucky break. Right. It's about opportunities showing up when you least expect it. Some of you may receive a surprise offer, an unexpected source of income, or simply find yourself in the right place at the right time. Right. Clover. Right. Yeah. So this definitely is going to be your lucky. If I were to put it all together, because I have to go, I have a 4 o'clock. Um, so July looks like a month where opportunity meets preparation. First comes the lucky break, right? Then comes the money. But the cards also remind you that the prosperity doesn't happen by luck alone. You have to use your talent, skills, and resources that you've been given in order to make this work. Okay. All right, Jimmy Jams. If you want to see your extended reading, you can join the channel, and I'll have your extended reading in which we will talk more extensively about the love life and about what's ahead for you. Also, in the extension, I will do Gemini with each sign, okay? Like Gemini Aries, Gemini Taurus, Gemini, so you can see, what's ahead for you specifically in the month to come. All right, you guys, check out my store. All right, God bless.